you want to make sure that your invoices are correct, I need to know about your situation and I could offer you to do your bookkeeping. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to do your own bookkeeping. So how to do your own regime simplificado in Portugal, which is the simplified form of bookkeeping. I'm going to show you how to create an invoice. Just to let you know, if you create your own invoices, you are responsible for the outcome. So you can never make me responsible for the outcome of following this video. If you want to make sure that your invoices are correct, I need to know about your situation and I could offer you to do your bookkeeping. So let's jump into it. So this is the main page if you log in Portal das Finanças with your own login codes. Then we go to Faturas. We go to emitir, so the creation of an invoice. So here you have the choice in between a fatura ou fatura recibo or a recibo. So you can invoice a client and receive the money, which are basically 2 points of registration. But it's also possible that you receive the money and the invoice and the receiving of the money is at the same moment. That is mostly the option that I choose. So fatura ou fatura recibo. Here you have to set the date when you received the money. If you receive a different currency, you just have to fill in the date that you received the money in the original amount. So let's say yesterday. Here you have to fill in, was it an invoice or was it an invoice and received of the money? So invoice and received of the money. Here you can basically choose the option of which activity you have open. Here you either fill in a Portuguese client with the Portuguese fiscal number, or you go to another client, let's say from Monaco, and you will fill in the ID of the foreign institution, mostly the VAT ID. Then in the name, I can really recommend you to put the name of the company, but also the full address of the company, because the full address is needed in Portugal. So I recommend you to also fill in the address of the company, of your client that is outside of Portugal. Here I fill in that it's a payment for services. Here in the description, you always describe in Portuguese as specific as possible what you've done for which period. So here I would fill in which period the invoice is regarding to and what actions I have done. It is very important what you describe in this section, because if you are applying for the NHR, the non-habitual resident, this description is part of the proof whether you can get the NHR or not. So this is a proof that you can provide that you have a value added service. Here you fill in either the amount that you received in euros or the amount that you converted for the dollar amount that you received. So if you receive $1,000, you fill in the euro amount that you received here. Here you have all the types of IVA that you could have. So you could be having a company on the Azores, you could have a company on Madeira or on the continent. It also depends on what service you provide. If you have less than 14,000 per year, you're exempted. Then you also have the exemption because your client has an international VAT number. So you always have to be careful which options you pick right here. Then you also have to do the base for the IRS. So here there's also multiple options where I mostly focus on either your client is a resident in Portugal or your client is outside of Portugal. You don't have to do any withholding. This is withholding tax. It's something that I personally always leave empty. So once you filled in the whole invoice, there will be a button here appearing emitir. Emitir means that the invoice will be created. Then you will have another verification whether you want to approve the invoice or not. Once approved, it's very hard to cancel because you will have to contact the Finanças and come up with a reason why you want to cancel it. So this is the end of this video. I hope it really helped. I hope you know now more about the invoices. It's up to you if you want to do this yourself or you want to contact me to have any help with it. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.